From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on the Noon News on this Friday. I'm Andrea Lutz. This afternoon, we are tracking those hot and dry conditions across our state as we head into the 4th of July weekend. This is Governor Greg Gianforte says already this summer is shaping up to be one of the driest in history. He did sign that executive order already this week, helping Montana farmers struggling through the drought. More than 90% of Montana abnormally dry, and close to half of the state is considered to be in a severe drought. The governor's orders maximum assistance to be spent to drought-related costs, and he says the goal is to secure economic assistance from the federal government in, of course, a timely fashion. Okay, we are going to get right over to the weather and our Miller Robson as we head into this 4th of July weekend. Everyone needs to just be so careful out there.
Absolutely. You talk about the drought. You know, the latest drought monitor came out yesterday, and either your area is unchanged or it's gotten a little bit worse. Yeah, and over the next 14 days, we're probably looking at little to no rainfall around the state and northern Wyoming. As we take a look at temperatures quickly, we've got 70s and 80s, even some 90s. We just want to let you know we did have some records yesterday, and I'll run through them quickly. We had a record at Bozeman Yellowstone Airport. That was actually tied. A record in Cutbank. We tied the record at the Great Falls Airport. Helena tied the record. Lewistown Airport. Also Glasgow not only had a record high, but yesterday morning they had a record low in the morning with warmth. Kalispell and Billings all tied their record highs yesterday. And we're not done yet. The heat stays on, but do we have maybe a little bit of a cool down coming? I'll let you know straight ahead.
All right, Miller, thanks so much.
Okay.
Local law enforcement is not messing around with the fire danger. They are reminding everyone hauling those boats and trailers this weekend to make sure that their chains are tied up. Safety chains are legally required. Officials say if the chains are loose, of course, they can drag across the highway and cause sparks and potentially light fires along the way. Law enforcement asks people to use that common sense and really be safe this holiday weekend. Yellowstone National Park is putting stage 1 fire restrictions in place. Those restrictions mean no campfires are allowed in the backcountry, including in a fire ring. No smoking is allowed in the backcountry either. You can only smoke in vehicles, dwellings, or developed campgrounds or picnic areas. And remember, all campfires must be cold to the touch before you do leave.
These things will keep heat for a long time. You can't just pour a gallon of water on a campfire that you've had for 6 hours and it's just going to go out. That's not how it works. It needs to be stirred up and mixed. But when you think the heat's out of it, use the back of your hand to test for heat.
And fireworks, of course, prohibited at all times in Yellowstone National Park. The economy continues to open up, and that's helped more Americans find work. But many businesses remain short-staffed. Skylar Henry reports for us from the White House.
It's a sign of the times. Businesses nationwide need employees, including the Atlanta airport, which held a job fair this week.
I love busy situations.
Mika Wilson applied at Delta Sky Club, which is offering a sign-on bonus. She got a job on the spot.
So at this point, we'd like to make you an offer for the job. Are you willing to accept?
Yeah!
Yay!
The U.S. economy added a better than expected 850,000 jobs in June. The unemployment rate ticked up slightly from 5.8 to 5.9%, a sign more people are once again looking for work.
We have made a ton of progress since last spring when unemployment was nearly 15%.
President Biden says the economy is improving.
The strength of our recovery is helping us flip the script. Instead of workers competing with each other for jobs that are scarce, employers are competing with each other to attract workers.
As job creation goes up, the number of Americans filing initial unemployment claims is down to a pandemic low, but worker shortages continue. Despite adding nearly 200,000 jobs last month, the bar and restaurant industry is short-staffed.
Come on work, then we need people.
Los Angeles restaurant owner Dario Vullo is offering higher wages, including $20 an hour for dishwashers.
I mean, $20 an hour, is a lot of money. Still, there is nothing.
That may be changing. More than 24 states have or will soon stop distributing the extra $300 federal unemployment benefit. It's believed that could cause many Americans to re-enter the workforce. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Even though the overall jobless rate is 5.9%, the black unemployment rate remains higher at 9.2%. Okay, well, Ravalli County commissioners, they're going to put a ban on open burning. Of course, Thursday morning, fire officials urging those commissioners to halt open burning, removing the danger of a burn getting out of control. That doesn't outlaw recreational fires, though, but residents are being advised to use caution.
There's opportunities for recreational fires, especially over the holiday weekend, but we're really asking folks to be careful with those, have a source nearby, whether a hose or fire extinguisher, to try to take care of those if they get out of control, and certainly get them fully extinguished, even on your own properties, when you get done for the evening.
And he also says there's already been at least 2 fires caused by fireworks in the Bitterroot Valley just this week. Highlight Canyon is one of the most visited nature recreation areas in the Gallatin Valley, but lately signs throughout the park are getting stolen. MTN's Cody Boyer journeys up into the canyon and shows us how this impacts those keeping Highlight beautiful.
Highlight Canyon offers a little bit of something, if not a lot of something, for everybody, from the falls, even a lot of these trail systems like Lick Creek and History Rock. Oh, might need this. So when people start stealing large directional signs, yeah, that becomes a problem. Not just for those who are enjoying the trails, but those who help maintain the canyon. And they say it's a problem that goes further than Highlight.
The sign when you turn off of 19th to come up to Highlight Canyon, the Lick Creek trailhead sign is missing. The History Rock trailhead sign has been stolen twice.
It's a list that, to Friends of Highlight board member Hillary Eisen, just seems to keep growing.
The sign right at the just down the road from us here that used to say Custer Gallatin National Forest.
You noticed the one just this morning.
Yeah, when I came up here to meet you, I was like, oh, I didn't even know that one was missing. Approximately 10 of the signs marking different trail junctions.
It's a growing problem of property disappearance, and Eisen says it goes across all public lands. With more than $2,000 in stolen signs, double that counting the labor to make and install them, Highlight just has stark examples.
That same amount of money could be used to keep somebody on the trail crew for another 2 weeks to a month.
That includes this large sign that was just installed nearly 1 year ago exactly, and not in the usual way.
I think everybody in Bozeman loves Highlight.
Liz Johnson, who just loves the area and likes to be crafty, made it from scratch. Liz's sign is among those that vanished. But like everything else she's done, Liz says it is just as important to stay positive.
You know, I was naturally bummed that somebody took it, but I guess I wasn't also surprised.
All the while the Friends look for answers and the Forest Service work to replace what was stolen, Liz says that positivity is still key.
People go there because it's beautiful and they love it, and we should keep trying to take care of it, even if other people aren't doing as good of a job. Lead by example.
In the Highlight Canyon, Cody Boyer, MTN News.
All right, thanks, Cody. The Friends of Highlight are looking for folks to come forward with information about who is taking the signs. They say that you can contact them, the U.S. Forest Service, or the Gallatin County Sheriff's Office. All right, we have more ahead on today's new news. We're taking you to the Flathead Valley, where fire prevention officials are cautioning about fireworks celebrations happening this busy weekend ahead. And Miller, of course, has a look at those conditions in your statewide weather forecast.